Hello, hello, my lovely, beautiful Capricorns. Welcome back to the channel today. We are going to be doing your weekly reading for March 25th through April 7th. I keep wanting to say February. The fact that we are almost into April, that it is spring, is just blowing my mind. Like, truly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Time does not feel real, and that means that we're even closer to summer. We're even closer to the middle of the year. Like, we're already a quarter of the way done with 2024. Or we're basically almost a quarter of the way done with 2024. And that, I'm not ready for that. I am not ready for that. So, Capricorn, as you can tell, we are in a different setup than usual. I really have been wanting to find time to adjust things so that I can be face-to-face with you guys. I mean, not literally face-to-face, right? But I just really want to be able to connect with you and see you and have you see me. And I just feel like, it's just a lot more impactful than, gosh darn it. I just feel like it's a lot more impactful doing face-to-face content. I'm also doing something new where we are using oracle cards for part of the beginning here. And as you can tell, I had one kind of fall out here. Capricorn, your first card so far is the dog spirit, which says be loyal to what you love. And it's got a cute little puppy dog on there. So I'm trying to shuffle this so that we can get your cards. I am very low energy today, you guys. I am very tired. I tried but could not get good sleep last night. Things happen. It's whatever, you know. I have a pretty long history with insomnia and sleep issues, so I am tired. I apologize if I'm a little bit more lower energy today and not as, like, vibrant and exciting. Hopefully you guys are understanding and okay with that. So you had the dog spirit, which was be loyal to what you love. You have the rhino spirit, which says overcome any obstacle. And then we have the koala spirit, which says spirit has a plan. So Capricorn, it seems like there are things here that you are attempting to change or attempting to move through. Be loyal to what you love, stay on the path, stay connected with what it is that you love and where it is that you want to go. That's going to help be your guiding heart at this time. Your heart is going to be your guiding light, is what I meant to say. But yes, your heart, the things that you love, the things that you are connected to emotionally are going to be what helps to guide you, what helps you to stay on track through this time, this transformation. You have overcome any obstacle and spirit has a plan. So no matter what happens, if you can stay connected to your heart, to your vision about what it is that you want, Capricorn, that is going to allow you to move through any obstacle. Because if you are extremely rooted in what you believe, and you are, because one of your cards that's showing up is the Seven of Wands. Capricorn, if you stay true in your heart to what it is that you believe, what it is that you want for yourself, Spirit has a plan, overcome any obstacle. Trusting that you are going where you are meant to go at all times, even unforeseen obstacles or things that seem like inconveniences can actually be things that help steer you closer to the path that you want. So staying connected, staying optimistic, staying within the idea that you are moving towards what you are meant to do. Let's talk about your actual reading here. So these next 3 weeks throughout astrology are going to be very big transformative times, right? On your first card for Monday, March 25th, we have a full moon happening in the sign of Libra. And this is not just any full moon. This is actually the full moon of lunar eclipse season, And it starts with the full moon. So this full moon is meant to illuminate things within us that are no longer working, things within our circumstances that are no longer working for us. It illuminates the things that need to see some change or things that maybe could use a little bit of doubling down or extra work. It illuminates these things not because of an attempt to shame us or an attempt to, expose everything that we dislike about ourselves, but it's meant to illuminate these things because it's giving you the opportunity to work through them and to improve upon them. Following the eclipse, on the next Monday after that, it's actually April 1st, so it's the beginning of a new month, as well as the very first day of Mercury retrograde. So a lot of us can end up in this place where we feel very thrown off. We can feel as though we are coming up against blockages or, inconveniences, things not working properly. Mercury retrograde is famous for miscommunication, car problems, and just technology not working. So there's a lot of stuff that could be happening that could be affecting your overall mood at this time. And then the following week after that, which I'm not doing the reading for right now, that'll be for next week's, or the next reading that we do will be for this. I am not sure on the exact date, but following that Monday, we actually have the new moon happening, and the new moon creating a solar eclipse. With all of that being said, all of that info dump happening for you here, let's go ahead and get started. Your very first card for the 25th for the Libra full moon is actually the Lover's card. And I feel like of all the cards that you could get for the full moon, Capricorn, this is one of the better ones. This does have a little bit of that illumination about your love life because, of course, this is the Lover's card. What is the Lover's card without a lover, right? This is about more than just a partner. I feel like a lot of what's being illuminated for you is not just partnership, but also how you are showing up for yourself. Are you showing up with the best intentions to care for yourself? Are you showing up in your best form for yourself? Are you showing up with proper intention and alignment? Are you staying true to what you love about yourself? The Lover's card also has kind of this piece of being divinely guided, because the lovers in this card are brought together by divine intervention, by design, actually, by the intention of fate, the universe, whatever the case may be. It is being brought together by forces outside of yourself, greater than yourself. You're brought together by things that happen maybe outside of your control, and things will align perfectly to bring you to this person or this partner that you're seeking. But of course, it's about more than just a partner, right? Things happening within divine intervention to bring you towards your highest self, to bring you to a place where you no longer feel as though there's a disconnect between your highest self and you. I think a lot of times we put this expectation on ourselves to live up to our highest self, our highest being, to stay in alignment all the time with this heightened version of ourselves. We put that perfection and that peace way above ourselves on a pedestal. But it's already you. It's already a piece of you. It's not something that's separate from you. This illusion of separation that it is, an entirely different entity or being from yourself, it's really not. Have you ever heard that, if you were to see yourself in real life, you wouldn't recognize yourself because the only times we see our image is from our reflection, which is like a flipped image of ourself, right? And so there's this thing that was you wouldn't recognize yourself because your image is flipped. And I think that that's kind of what I'm getting with this, is that you wouldn't recognize yourself because it's flipped. But it is still you. Your highest self is you. I think it's about aligning your thoughts to better represent that part of you. Following that card on Tuesday, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is about intention. This is about manifestation. Things building upon itself. I'm being drawn to that Rhino Spirit card, overcome any obstacle. So you may have been facing a lot of obstacles. This is the thing keeping you from, or not even keeping you from this manifestation. This is a manifestation that didn't quite go to plan. You're trying to manifest something for yourself here. You're trying to make a change, to take some action on something, Some of you have set the intention for a manifestation, and you are coming up against obstacles. I feel like you set this manifestation at a point where you're not quite ready for it. I feel like you set an intention, but there are different plans in place for you already. Manifestation is such a difficult thing to master because you have to have the right mindset for it, and you have to really understand what it is. It's not about just wishing that you're going to make $1 million in 3 months, right? You can wish for whatever you want, but it also has this really appealing way for a lot of people where if something doesn't work out, it's really easy to pass the blame off and say that it didn't work because I didn't believe in it hard enough. We also need to be making sure that we are taking aligned action with what it is that we are trying to manifest. So I'm not saying that it's impossible for you to try to manifest $1 million in 3 months. It will be impossible if you're not already taking aligned action towards that future. So making sure that you are taking on extra opportunities for work, that you are putting things out there with the intention of receiving this payback from it. But manifesting that you'll get, $1 million in 3 months and you're not making any actual changes or moves towards this thing, of course it's not going to happen. So with that Ace of Wands in reverse, I just feel like there's something that you're trying to manifest where I think you got to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Not in like a bad way, not in like a, scrap everything and discount your dreams kind of way. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I think what you are manifesting is there's just something off about it. There needs to be a refiguring of possibly your timeline for some of you, because I was talking about timeline. I think the koala spirit has a plan. There is a greater plan for you in place that because of this plan, your manifestation is not going to happen this way or in this time. There's a greater power, there's a greater thing at work here for you. And so it may be initially frustrating to feel as though your manifestation is not happening in the timeline or in the way that you wanted it to. And as I said, it can be really easy to pass it off as just not believing in it hard enough. But I don't think that that's the case. I think that it's just being blocked because there are already other things at work and you need to just move into trust. Overcome any obstacle. Yeah, you are coming up against obstacles for sure with that manifestation. But trusting in the plan that Spirit has for you, trusting in your divine purpose, allowing things to move as they are, moving within divine surrender. Your very next card after that is the Death card. And this is about letting go. This is about transformation. This card is the beginning of a new life, a new chapter. When death happens, it's not always neat. It's not always a controlled or, clean process. It can end up being something that leaves a lot of loose ends. This ending has happened for you very suddenly. It has caused a lot of chaos and strife within your mind at this time. And allowing things to be where they are, understanding that this thing, whatever this is done and over with. This very well could be the death of that Ace of Wands, the death of that manifestation. I think that what you were manifesting before, or what you were trying to manifest, is gone. I think part of you does recognize that you're just not going to get this thing. You need to regroup and rethink. Your very next card is the regrouping, the rethinking. The Princess of Wands is, well, I wouldn't even say that this is rethinking. This is what to do next. And I know that that's vague. But wands are manifestation. They are the building, they are the creating of something. It's putting our thoughts out into the universe and building upon them. This is the actual magic of hard work happening. And This card in the reverse is someone who is trying to connect with their creativity. This is someone who is questioning the process about building or this manifestation happening. This, I feel like, is a lot of you wondering, where does this leave you? Without this manifestation, without this thing that I want, who am I? I feel like a lot of you were relying upon that manifestation, relying upon it for, I don't necessarily feel like for money reasons. I feel like you were relying on it for validation within yourself. I feel like a lot of you were approaching this manifestation with the opinion that once I get this, then I will be happy, rich, fulfilled, whatever the case may be. I think a lot of you were putting this pressure on this manifestation to solve something for you. Whether it be solving your self-worth, solving some other problem within your life. I think some of you were looking at this manifestation like it was going to bring you happiness or even recognition or prestige in some way. And so I think a lot of you are having to reevaluate your relationship with what this manifestation was in the first place. Your next card here is the Princess of Pentacles for Friday. The Princess of Pentacles is dreaming about where you are going to plant next. Where are you taking your resources? Where are you taking your lessons or your time, your money, your energy? Where are you going to invest this now? Now that we have moved away from this manifestation, now that we are recognizing that this thing is just not going to happen for us the way that we want, since your very first card was the Lover's card, this very well could be a relationship that you were manifesting, a relationship ending that now you are trying to figure out, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go next? The Princess of Pentacles is attempting to find a place or a land to plant the seed within her hands there. The seed represents her time and energy. It's the investment, giving something to somewhere, trusting in the return process, in the building. So a lot of you are taking your resources, taking your time and your energy somewhere else, somewhere outside of this. You're taking it with you. It's like a pilgrimage, right? It's like this process where you are taking things and moving it along with you. I almost imagine it's kind of like the Fool energy. I almost imagine like literally like a rucksack on this person's back where they are moving onward somewhere else, taking their energy and resources, trying to find somewhere else to plant it. Where else can you plant your intentions? Instead of focusing so hard on manifesting this intention, trying to put all this energy into it, what if you were to instead take that energy and reinvest it somewhere else? I don't necessarily feel like you're actively investing it at this time, but I feel like you are on that pilgrimage of finding where to invest it. Your card on Saturday here is the Five of Wands. Now, this to me feels like overwhelm about all the different paths that you could go. The Wands, this is what I say is like the too many chefs in the kitchen, right? This is everybody trying to put their influence in a bunch of different directions. Everybody trying to go this way and that way and the other way, and nobody's being careful or considerate of the other people around them, and so there's a lot of like bumping heads and arguments and things like that. And yes, this very well could be a card of arguments, but I feel like a lot of this is just, Capricorn, you really wanted this manifestation to work out. You wanted this investment to work out. And now that you are at least coping with the idea that it didn't work, that things are going to have to be different and you have to move on from it, I think a lot of this conflict is the internal conflict about where are you going to invest your energies now. The Princess of Pentacles is the pilgrimage of trying to find the place, but the Five of Wands is like the thoughts overcrossing each other at the same time, like overstimulation of the mind. Almost like there is so many things that you're being told to do right now. Plant, water, cut, all these things. Put it here, no, put it here, put it there. trying to figure out what you are going to do next leaves you just feeling like there's so many different directions you have to go at the same time. And your last card for week 1 here is the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is your confidence about this in yourself, your confidence in yourself as well as your confidence in your ability to complete this project or see this thing through is shot at this time. The Knight of Wands normally is this person who is like so confident in themselves that they're almost annoying. And I feel like that Capricorn right now, you are just questioning yourself, doubting your ability to put this manifestation into practice. I think that a lot of you are ending this month of March with that idea of failure in a way. I feel like a lot of you are struggling with the feeling of failure, thinking that you failed in this, that maybe this manifestation didn't happen because it was your fault. And as we move on to week 2, you start off week 2 with the King of Wands, but the King of Wands is in the upright. And so this week 2, I feel like you're starting off the beginning of April. This is April 1st. You're renewing and doubling down on your strength. You're saying, April 1st, this is the start of a new month. I'm going to give this my all. I'm going to double down on a new intention, a new direction for myself. The King of Wands is someone who, the only one with more confidence than the Knight of Wands is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is, the king. It's the person, the one who knows more than anybody else about how to do this. It's the person who understands their influence and their power, their willpower to see something done, their ability to work their magic and manifest this thing. That's what the King of Wands is. The King of Wands is like the King of Wands is that ultimate energy. But I feel like Capricorn, there's a little bit here of needing to rest. Your very next card here is the Four of Swords in reverse. This, to me, I feel like Capricorn, more than anything, you're afraid that you're afraid of what your life would look like without this success that you're trying so hard to achieve. You have the King of Wands for Monday, followed by the Four of Swords in reverse on Tuesday. And I feel like you are trying so hard to get something, but really what it is you need to take a rest. You need to take a time to relax and heal, allow yourself to heal, because this, to me, is running towards burnout. The Four of Swords is someone who has just overcome a heartbreak and a pain. They are trying to recuperate and heal their energy. They're taking the time to, mourn a loss and not allowing yourself the space to do that. Not allowing yourself the space to do that is going to cause you more pain. Ignoring the signal for rest doesn't make it go away. You can't work yourself out of a burnout. You can't productive yourself out of a burnout. You're trying so hard to make this thing work, and you're causing yourself a lot more pain in the long run by trying to force this thing to happen. You double down on that manifestation. You double down on that energy of trying to force this thing to work, when in reality what you need to be doing is taking a rest. Because you're scared of the consequences. You're scared of the outcome. You're worried if you don't sacrifice yourself over this altar towards this thing. You're worried if you don't sacrifice yourself and bleed for it that you won't get it. I literally feel like you are sacrificing your own well-being and your own health in the name of this thing, when reality, you need to not. You need to... Overcoming any obstacle does not mean doubling down on, trying to shove your way through it, right? It's allowing yourself the space to zigzag around it, to recover past it. Trusting that there's a plan. Don't just try to barrel your way through the first obstacle that comes your way. Try to trust in the plan and go around it. I feel like, I literally feel like you're trying so hard to just bust your head through it. You're sacrificing yourself over this altar, trying to get to this thing. You want it so bad that you're willing to, like, literally hurt yourself to get it. And that's not good, Capricorn. You need to rest. You need to rest. You need to not stress yourself out so much. Your very next card after the Four of Swords in reverse is the Ten of Swords. So literally, there is a lot of pain in store for you if you do not take a rest. If you do not take this rest, you're going to hurt yourself. Trying so hard to make it work. And that Ten of Swords, I mean, you have the Death card, literally, the Wednesday before, followed by the next Wednesday by the Ten of Swords. So literally, this is Spirit doubling down and saying, hey, you need to stop because this direction that you're trying to go is not for you. Spirit is trying to tell you, like, hey, this way is blocked. Stop trying to barrel your way through it. We're trying to protect you and cause you less despair in the long run by trying to keep you away from this thing that you keep trying to force your way through, force your way into. Your next card here is the Six of Pentacles, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. I really like to see the progression in the cards. I really love when it goes in numerical order like that because I just think it's fun. But also because it does show a progression and a growth within you as well. The Six of Pentacles is, sometimes it's charity. This can be, like, normally this can be like a philanthropist or somebody coming out of the woodwork to give you a little bit of a boost, to give you a little bit of, like, that helping hand that we need sometimes when we're down. And it's also about, you know, giving back to community. The philanthropist in the Six of Pentacles is giving back because the philanthropist knows what it's like to be poor. The person knows what it's like to be in this situation, and so they are giving back, trying to help you because they have been in their shoes. They have been in your shoes. And so I feel like some of you could very well be receiving a helping hand, whether it be from Spirit, a helping hand from Spirit, or a helping hand from, like, an actual person within your life who's going to help you move away from this thing, move away from what it is that you're trying to do. Now, moving on, you have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is about what we invest into something. You can see that in the Seven of Pentacles, this person is watering this pentacle tree, and it's meant to represent the work that we put in towards building something, our extra investment into something, our time and energy and our resources. So taking this helping hand, not only do you have this helping hand reaching out to support you, you also have the knowledge of the Seven of Pentacles about how to invest this. It's like, I mean, in this case of the Pentacles, it's literally somebody giving you that seed so that you can grow for yourself and get your own harvest. Make your own money from this thing that you're trying to do. Followed by the Seven of Wands. This is standing up for what you believe in. This is like a doubling down energy. I don't know how to feel about that because I feel like this whole reading, Capricorn, is trying to tell you, hey, don't do this thing. I don't know. I just feel like Capricorn, there is something here that is just trying to steer you somewhere else. The Seven of Wands is that doubling down of it. So I don't know, maybe I'm just being a hater right now, but I feel like the Ace of Wands in reverse that this is referring to, I feel like this entire thing started because it's something that's not meant for you. So doubling down on something that's not meant for you, I mean, this is your life. This is obviously your choice. You're allowed to do this. But I feel like we had this whole message right here about taking care of yourself and making sure that, you know, we're not investing into something that's dead that needs to be done. And that doubling down energy, Capricorn. Capricorn! But you also have that dog spirit, which says be loyal to what you love. So, I don't know, Capricorn. Do so in a way with grace. Don't overwork yourself, try to get this. And I think that, you know, even if you double down on the thing that you want, it's okay. Everything has a way of working out in the end. Trusting that Spirit has a plan. Overcoming any obstacle. You know, this is a lot of obstacles. If you do truly feel like this thing is for you, by all means, go ahead. Double down on what you love. Overcome the obstacles. Trust the plan in place, but Don't do so in a way that's going to harm you, okay? And lastly, Capricorn, your end card here is the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, this is you, honestly. First off, it's because this is Earth energy. Pentacles are Earth energy. Capricorn is an Earth sign. So this is very well representative of you, Capricorn. But I feel like this is where we were talking about that disconnect between who you are and who you want to be, you and your highest self. I feel like a lot of you want to live up to this successful image in your head. I feel like a lot of this reading is about living up to, feeling like you're living up to your potential. A lot of you have this idea of what success looks like, and you want so badly to be this person. You want so badly to have this success and be able to look at everybody else around you and say, hey guys, look at what I got. I'm awesome. I'm great. I have all this stuff. I'm super successful. And Spirit has different plans for you. Success looks different to everybody. Define what you mean by success. Define what success looks like to you. Is that having a big house, a fancy car, lots of money? Is that really success? Does success instead look like to you having a happy family? Having the ability to stay home with your kids so that you can nurture your family and grow your household. So define what success looks like to you. Think about the ways that you can achieve this success, all the steps that it's going to take. Start taking those initial steps. But understand that, Capricorn, you are already successful. Even though this King of Pentacles is showing up in reverse, the King of Pentacles is still here. The reversal of the King of Pentacles is not saying that this thing is not here, that it's away from you. Instead, it's saying that this energy is blocked. And I think, Capricorn, you are currently blocked from being able to see and celebrate your own current success, your own success that you already have. I think first you need to celebrate your own success and evolve your self-image to where you see nothing but yourself as this King of Pentacles. Once you can see this image of yourself, your true self, who you really are, in the upright, I think that is really what is going to be what turns the tide for you. We're going to pull one last card for you, Capricorn, from my Spirit the Universe Has Your Back deck here. This is just going to be to leave you with a positive message for your week moving forward. And this is the only one that ended up sideways. We will read that. So Capricorn, your card says, my outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. So Capricorn, think about that. Meditate on what that means for you for a bit, because your outer experiences are a reflection of your internal condition. If you are coming up against blockages, if you are coming up against doubt, things like that, if you are in this place of thinking that people or things are out to get you, that is what your outer experience is going to look like. Your outer experience will confirm those thoughts for you. You'll be actively looking for those things to confirm your own fears, right? I can't remember what that's called. A self-fulfilling prophecy? Because you already think that it's going to happen like that, you act as though it already is, and then it happens, and you confirm to yourself that you knew all along it was going to be like that. I don't know, but I feel like, Capricorn, diving deep, adjusting the way you are approaching your outer experiences, your internal conditions, reflecting on your current internal conditions, the way you feel about yourself, the way that you are approaching this work that you want to do. Your internal condition is part of the outer experiences. Your outer experiences are a reflection of the internal condition. So, Capricorn, with that being said, that is where I'm going to leave this reading for you. I hope that this was able to help you or provide you guidance in some way. Feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think, because I really want to hear more from you about how you feel this relates to you. I want to hear your stories and your feedback. So please feel free to comment. Feel free to chat up with me a little bit. Thank you so much for being here today, Capricorn, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.